And this is unbiased reviews. I'm not from Chicago.
But I'm not complaining. I really love to do my such places. I get the blood, stop places. Your organs like playing operation.
St. Louis.
So nigga, stop getting on camera saying you popping them guns. Hey, Big Jerry.
Yes, sir.
That's the way you talk to your son.
Jersey.
Didn't know who can't stretch this nigga even. I'm on the side of the highway with my gun out. Like a catch a nigga speed.
York.
Rob the bag, you like we just hustled together. I'm like, don't get your brain cooked or half. Jim Carrey style, I act different when I put on that mask.
From ATL, man. You see the A on the hat, y'all know what time it is. You know, I'm gonna give it to you straight up, no chaser. Hey, you got Charlie Clips coming up. Let me know your thoughts on that coming up. You know, I feel this is my thoughts of Charlie Clips. I haven't really, obviously a lot of people feel like he hasn't really took a clear loss, and I would probably agree with that. I feel like Big T was pretty close. That battle could probably go either way. But one thing I will say about Charlie Clips is that he actually battles his opponent. And every battle rapper kind of doesn't do that. Sometimes they spit bars that can kind of go towards anybody. But he actually kind of like seems like he prepares for his particular opponent, whether you like what he says or not. So what's your thoughts on that upcoming battle?
Murder, murder, kill, kill, death, 187. Homicide, body bag. I'm telling you, bro. The shit oh man. He did terrible against Jones. He did terrible. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, like, you know, that shit, you know, niggas, yeah, he ain't ready for me, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all that shit right now. He ain't ready for us, bro. I'm too lyrical. I'm too lyrically inclined for these niggas. That's what I want to tell you. Like,
what up, man? It's your boy Chris. Unbiased Review checking in, about to give you a breakdown of Clips versus Arsonal. These are two of my favorite battle rappers at this particular time. You know, I definitely have both of them in my top 5. So sometimes you look at a matchup on paper and you think, that shit should be a classic. But I definitely feel like these two could have put on a better performance. Overall, I felt like, you know, they slacked a little bit in this battle, but, you know, I felt like it was a decent battle. So, you know, as far as Clips is concerned, I don't really feel like he's lost a battle, in my opinion. And if he has, he definitely doesn't have a clear loss. And Arsonal, ever since the Hitman battle, he's been doing pretty well. I'm not saying he's undefeated, but you might look at the Mav battle as debatable and a T-Rex battle as debatable. But, you know, when you look at Enes, Pat Stay, Shotty Horror, Chrome, Calico, T-Rex, Mav Hoffa, like he's really been on his shit, in my opinion. So let's just get into it, man. Round 1, Clips comes out. He has the Blood and Crip angle, which I felt like was a pretty good angle to start, even though it's been said before. I think Mav Hoffa touched on it a lot in his battle. But that dude Jawi that stands behind Arsonal, he's a Blood and Arsonal is a Crip or whatever. So, you know, that whole Game and 50 reference he had, I thought that shit was kind of dope. The Slow It Down he had, where he was kind of saying that Arsonal only beats up on midgets and white people, and that he's gonna pay homage to Conceited and do a Pacquiao Yao Ming Slow It Down with the Rockets or whatever. I thought that shit was kind of nice. The Serious Jones, like, of course, what am I supposed to take Serious light? Like, he doesn't even spell the name Serious right. Like, I felt like that shit was kind of hot. I was fucking with that. Best part of his round 1 to me was when he predicted that Arsonal would do a house scheme, and that shit was like on point. It was perfect. And sure enough, Arsonal did a house scheme in round 1. So, I mean, I felt like that was a good way to conclude this round. Overall, I thought Clips had a solid round 1. Arsonal comes back in round 1. He disses URL and Smack, which is like something that he typically does in like every battle. He told me when I interviewed him, shout out to everybody that watched the Untold Truth interview with Arsonal. He told me off camera that the follow the innovators and not the imitators is something he felt like URL directs towards him and Smack directs towards him, because he said that Smack really wasn't saying that when it was just King of the Dot, A-Hat, Street Status, the whole 9. But the minute that UW League came into play, it was all of a sudden follow the innovators and not the imitators. So he doesn't really appreciate that slogan. So of course he's gonna take shots at it. So I wasn't surprised. The house scheme he did that was predicted by Clips, that really fucked Arsonal up in round 1. I felt Arsonal had a good round 1, but Clips predicting that he would do a house scheme was just kind of like what I felt like overtook Clips in that first round, and why I gave Clips round 1. I did like the Hurricane Sandy line. I like the fish tank shit. I thought that was kind of funny about it. That's the only way you get your dick wet. You know, I didn't mind him flipping that because Clips did say that in another battle. You know, I don't want to keep DNA Mama waiting. Arsonal had some nice shit in round 1, but that house scheme prediction was just enough to put Clips over the top. So that's how I graded round 1. Arsonal versus Charlie Clips battle dropped today, last night. Some shit. Have you watched it yet?
Yeah, I watched. Actually, I watched the first round. And the shit started freezing. I was watching on my PlayStation Network YouTube shit. Shit started fucking up. I meant to go. Well, I watched the first round though. First round was close. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Both of them my niggas. So whatever I say ain't no bias shit. That first round was close. I think the only thing is Clips predicted that kitchen scheme.
Yeah, he did.
And you know what I'm saying? And Arsonal went and said it. And it's almost like as if somebody told Clips Arsonal was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that's the case, because the type of nigga Clips is, he will like try to predict some shit, like, and that's what made the round close, because I kinda would've gave it to Arsonal. I think I would've gave it to Arsonal. But just that simple fact right there, he predicted that part, makes me like, damn, I can't go. Like I can't choose the winner.
Round 2 Clips comes back and he gives you the whole URL angle about how Arsonal, you know, wants to kill Smack or whatever the case may be, and how you gonna kill Smack when you didn't have that shotgun and you almost died for $1,500. Of course you want to kill Smack. You know, there was a little bit of fabrication with the money in this battle. I know Arsonal got paid more than $1,500 to battle Calico, and Charlie Clips probably got paid more than $2,000 a battle in this particular battle. But that whole 2K live, it went with the whole NBA story or whatever that Arsonal said. So, you know what I'm saying? There was a little bit of fabrication with the money situation, but for the most part, I felt like that was a good start that Clips had. You know, then he had the NBA scheme, which was pretty decent. I like the way you'll pay for these balls, league pass. I like that shit. I was fucking with that. His next schemes, though, I felt like was kind of weak, in my opinion. He had a school scheme, he had a Mitchell and Ness scheme, he had a Martin scheme, and he had an iPhone scheme. And that was pretty much his round. He ended it with the whole I even smoke feet, I murder moot. That shit was fire. You know, I was fucking with that bar a lot. But those schemes he had in the middle, I really wasn't feeling them that much, and I felt like it really hurt Clips in round 2. If you fuck with the schemes, you fuck with his round. For me personally, I just didn't really like his schemes that much in round 2. So in round 2, he starts. Arsonal round 2 had a lot of filler. Like, I didn't really like this round from Arsonal, and it was kind of set up well for him to win this round, but I didn't really like a lot of what Arsonal was saying. I just felt like he was all over the place. I did like when he was spitting that real shit.
Now, grown man bars is something you gotta deal with. Funny thing is, the Harlem nigga whose slogan that is, he don't know nothing about no real shit. Clips, what you know about real shit? What you know about stealing utensils out your chemistry class so you can finally whip that work to make that minimal cash? Hurting inside, expressing feelings with your pen and your pad, putting in work but covering your face with your enemy flag. What you know about violations, nigga? Penalty flag, standing in circles for 3 minutes while niggas whipping your ass. Yo, fiend uncle, hold up. I said your fiend uncle stealing from you, steady spending your cash, and your best friend, your right-hand man, is hitting your stash. You don't know nothing, cause you frontin'. That ain't the life you accustomed to. Fuck is you, your lifestyle like Theo Huxtable.
Like, when he was saying that, I was like, he gonna go in on this round. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was really fucking with the beginning of this round. But after that, he was just kind of all over. So he started talking about Clips' girl, and just, he had a couple little bars here and there. I can't even really quote nothing because he was so all over the place. I can't just remember any particular group of bars. I was just like, yeah, this shit was hot. He did a laundry room scheme that was just kind of weak to me. I can hear your heartbeat. That's what it's supposed to do. And, you know, Clips was acting like he was sleeping. It's kind of funny that Clips was doing that because normally he's the one that's rapping long. And normally, I guess, other people are irritated or bored with the fact that Clips goes so long. So it's kind of ironic when somebody goes over him that now all of a sudden he's bored. So that I felt like that shit was kind of funny. Overall, even though I felt like round 2 was both of their weakest, I still gave Clips round 2 in my opinion. So Clips comes back in round 3. He has the whole DNA and I are brothers little story or whatever, and he starts talking about Joe Budden and how even Arson's family fucks with Joe Budden. What's up with you and Serve? You know, Joe Budden took your family, now he's taking Serve, and all that whole thing. I felt like that shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that shit hit close to home. And then the way he said, you know, I can feel your heart beating, and that whole thing, like that shit just went well. But after that though, Clips kind of died off in that 3rd round. After that, he went like to another house scheme. He started, well, before that, he started talking about how he had a conversation with Conceited about Arsonal or whatever. Like, that's probably another fabrication. We really won't know if that's true or not. But my first thought was that probably wasn't true. But it was a nice thing to say. You know what I'm saying? People don't know if it's true. So once again, it's just something to throw out there to get the fans thinking.
Everybody in your family like Joe Budden's arse. I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta hit him where it's hurt. You used to be the million-view man, now your views is in the dirt. Your career's taking a fall, and to make matters worse, Buttons took your brother out your life, and then he just recruited Surf.
After that, though, I felt like his round kind of went down. He went to a house scheme again. You know, first he did a house scheme in round 1. Then he predicted that Ars would do a house scheme. Then Arsonal did a house scheme. And then he comes back and do another house scheme. So I was like actually kind of tired of that. Even though he said some hot shit, I really wasn't fucking with the house scheme in round 3. So, and after that, he had a you'll be suited before whatever on prom night. He had that whole little scheme. I really wasn't fucking with that either. And then the round pretty much ended, and that was the end of his round 3. So, you know, Clips started off well, but he faded fast, in my opinion, in this round. Arsonal comes back in round 3, starts off with the Lux voice, which I was cool with. You know, he obviously respects Lux a lot, paid a lot of homage to him. So, you know, you hear a lot of, he gonna get this work and all 3rd verse and all that kind of shit. So I'm actually cool with all that. He had a car scheme, which was cool. The whole E-Honda, the Toyota, Toy Odor type of flip he had. That shit was kind of dope. I really wasn't mad that he went into his resume. A lot of people felt like his round went too long, and his round did go way too fucking long. I ain't gonna even front, but I like when he was going through his resume though. I was fucking with that shit. So I like that. He dissed the chick in the crowd. I actually know the girl he dissed too, so that was kind of funny. But she Facebook family. But yeah, he dissed and rebutted that. That shit was funny. So this round 3 was just more entertaining to me. So even though he went long as fuck and got very long-winded, I still was fucking with Arsonal more in round 3. So I got this battle 2-1 Clips. I gave Arsonal round 3 though. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I graded this battle. And just another good battle for Arsonal. Just another good battle for Clips, man. You know, just keeping that winning streak going alive. I actually told Arsonal not to take Clips light. So, but, you know, I don't know. So, but I got Clips in this battle 2-1. That's what it is, man. Unbiased Review. Y'all make sure y'all support the Facebook group. Support me on Twitter /Unbiased Review. Peace.